Hey guys, I am back with another video. Today, I say today as if I'm like not recording 3 or 4 videos back to back, but I am. Regardless, today I want to talk about identity. Your identity, my identity, the person's identity. And you know, when you have social anxiety, for me, it really cripples your identity, especially in my case at least. So much so that even if you're in a situation where things aren't so bad, even if maybe you're having a good time, or you know, you may sort of just be having a normal experience. For me, I know what I really am. I know what I'm really like. Whether it's here, just sitting by myself, you know, not knowing what to do with myself, being depressed, being anxious. I know when I've had like the anxiety episodes in the past with my friends and at work and at school. That all becomes part of your identity. It is who you are. It doesn't mean it can't change. It doesn't mean things will always be that way, but it is still a part of who you are and what defines you at this present moment. And, you know, I understand that to make change happen, you know, you're not going to be able to like make change happen just by following a bunch of steps in a row, like going from point A to point B to point C to point D. That's not how change works. In order to change your identity, you may take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 4 steps forward, 3 steps back. It's always going to be sort of, it's not going to be a linear path that you follow. But at the same time, for me it's difficult, even if I'm hanging out and I'm having an okay experience, we're at the movies, maybe tonight, like I'm going to the movies, maybe it's okay, maybe I'm not socially anxious, maybe I'm on top of my game. Wow, fantastic. I still know who I am, what I've been going through, the type of person that I am, and how I'm defined right now. When I look another person in the eyes who maybe has a lot of friends, maybe they've never gone through the same experiences, maybe they're, you know, just graduated with their bachelor's of college, or they're going to med school, or, you know, just a normal person, that in and of itself is sort of painful, because it's like I don't measure up. I'm not either as good as them, or I'm not in your league right now. And again, that can change maybe, you know, if we're ever to break out of this, but for me anyway, it's just knowing that fact that hurts. And again, so even if you do have a good experience or two, you still know that that's not even reality. Yes, you know, this is what you see, this isn't my life. This isn't who I am. And for me, that's very frustrating, because it also works as sort of an inhibitor. You can't really make change happen until you stop thinking like that. But I really also think that depends on, look, if you gave me the tools to, you know, end this anxiety, to end my depression, to end my brain fog, if you could sort of just give me a new brain and a new mind, a new conscious, yeah, I could break out of that. I would say, like, you know, hey, like, I am making progress, hey, things are getting better, it's gonna be okay. But with the tool set I have right now, it's just, it feels like that identity is still stuck, it's still frozen. And I wonder, you know, how many of you actually think of things like that when you are doing something. Even if, you know, for me, just walking around, if I'm in the store, I may not be, now some of you may experience social anxiety as sort of like you're in the store, other people make you nervous, walking around, even just checking out at the counter. It doesn't affect me that badly. Again, I'll admit, there are probably many more of you out there that experience social anxiety on a greater scale than I. My issue is more the social anxiety coupled with these other things that, you know, when they all come together, they sort of conglomerate, and that's what really affects me, is a combination of everything. So, but if I'm in a supermarket and, you know, I just know that, like, everyone else walking around me is better than me, and, you know, some of you may comment, oh, you know, you're fine, or it's okay, you know, like my therapist would say, You know, you don't know what other problems people have. And yes, I don't know. Everybody's got problems, I understand that, whether it's money problems, relationship problems, but not everybody has these fundamental problems. Just hanging out with people, just thinking and working, the most basic of things that people take for granted are things that we struggle with. It's a challenge for us. And so I don't care if you say other people have problems. They don't have these types of fundamental problems. That really separates me and, you know, from you. Not you as in the viewer, you as a normal person. Because me and you are probably more the same. And so you always have them in the back of your head, you know, yeah, maybe there's a couple people in the supermarket that are the same as you, but the majority of them, they're living their lives. They've got their issues, but they've got their lives. They've got family, they've got kids, they've got husbands and wives and boyfriends, and they're living a normal life. And it's like, I know I am not in your league. I'm not on your level. And that's something that really bothers me. And it's so hard to define that identity. Now, again, this may be just me, because some people may have an identity. Let's say you're socially anxious, but you have an identity at home. And again, I'm not referring to anybody in specifically, but let's say, you know, you're a big gamer or something. And yes, you've got social anxiety. Yes, you don't like going out to places, but you're a big gamer. Maybe you do programming on the side. You're actively an active participant in forums. You sort of have an identity at home, or at least in the virtual world. You may not have an identity outside that in the real world, but you have it in the virtual world. At least you have something you can come back to and say, this is me. Yes, I've got social anxiety. Yes, I have these different issues. You know, I can't speak, I can't think, things like that. But at least I have this identity. For me, I feel like I don't even have that. Doing these videos is as close to identity that I have. You know, what do I do in my spare time? I play video games, I watch YouTube videos, I play fantasy sports, I run. I don't have an identity. I feel like I almost don't exist as a person. And again, some of you maybe can relate, some of you may not be able to, because maybe you do have that identity, and great, I'm happy for you to have something like that. Even if it's not what you want, even if it's not what you're looking for, it's like, hey, at least, you know, I can come back to this, or hey, at least I know I am this. I don't have that. Even here, even at home by myself, I'm a shell of myself. And that's why for me, I feel comfortable nowhere. Not, you know, and I know, but nobody, when you're socially anxious, you want to get out there, you want to do stuff. Nobody wants to be there by themselves. Even if you sort of feel comfortable by yourself at home, you still long to get out of there. At least part of you is long to get out of there. For me, it's just like, not even being here is comfortable. Not being at school, not being at work, not being around other people. Nowhere am I comfortable. Do I feel like I have an identity? Do I feel like a person? I feel like a shell. Just an empty shell. And that's something that bothers me. So, again, maybe some of you guys can relate. I'm sure a lot of us have identity issues and just trying to figure out who we are, what we are. And like I said, these videos are like, the other thing I worry about is like fake identity. Making these videos, what does this really mean? Making this video, this isn't fixing anything. This isn't helping me. Maybe it's helping other people, sure. But it's not helping me get there. It's not addressing the issue. It's like sort of, okay, I'm doing something nice, I'm helping people, but I'm not addressing my issue specifically. It's more like I'm sort of almost trying to go around it, or trying to like push it off to the side and be like, oh, I'm focusing on this, I'm doing something constructive, I'm fixing my issues, and it's like, no, you're not. It's a fake identity. You're doing something, maybe it's productive, but it's still not an identity that you can use going forward, or that maybe that you want to. Things like that. Okay, that's the end of this video. And let's see, do I want to pose a question, or do I want to give a random fact? Since I'm probably too lazy right now to post a question, another random fact about me. Random fact about me. Brain's not thinking right now, so you're going to have to bear with me for a second. The video is probably going to be extended by 6 minutes as I try to think of this. Random fact about me is that I'll use an easy one. I'm gay. If anybody really cares. See, to me, it's not like I need to announce that in a specific video. I consider it a random fact. Again, I don't consider it like part of my identity. It's just I'm gay, and that's it. I just copped out. I didn't feel like thinking of anything else, so I just threw it out there to kind of get that out of the way. But yeah, I am. So hopefully you don't care. Hopefully this changes nothing between you and me. So, but anyway, that is now the end of this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. And thank you for watching this video and my other videos, and for commenting and for giving me feedback. I really do appreciate all of it.